Hello and welcome to my craft room with Rhoda. Today I'm going to work on some previous Caroline's Craft Tree challenges. I didn't do the first 4 or 5 and I want to catch back up. So the first challenge, week 1, she had was button, fabric, handwriting, washi tape, and lines was her prompts. So you can see I have a whole collection of buttons here and I have some fabric. And that fabric has lines in it, but I'm going to go ahead and make more lines. And then I have a liner back here. But what we're going to do with this is we're going to put it on a paper bag journal. And I'm going to put it for the cover and the back of the journal. And then the inside could be decorated up in another way. Well, let me pull this to the side. I don't know if you've ever seen a paper bag journal. But what you'll do, these are the extra large ones. I got them at Walmart. And you just take it and you fold it in half, just like this. And sometimes you just have to make sure these corners will fold down correctly. And all you got to do is open it back up and make sure they're down. And then I use 3 bags. I don't use any more than that. I think it would gape more if you go for a bigger journal. And all I do, see how it kind of wrinkled up a little bit there at the corner, then you just press it down and refold it, and it takes care of that. And you can get in here with a bone folder or however you want to do it. But that's all you do. Now what I'll do is I'll alternate. I like this piece to be the cover because it's strong with that extra, the back on it. And then I'll take the next piece and rotate it. I'll go like that, and then I'll go like that. So every time you go in here, you're going to be gluing down these 2 pieces here. And you've got like a little tuck right there for something. And then you have also the big opening here, which I put a big journal card in here and here. And it makes a great little journal. And then instead of sewing or sewing in the signature or whatever, I just open it a little bit like this. I put a rubber band around it, and the rubber band holds it shut. It's perfect. So let's get our base of our cover here done. I'm going to scooch off all my buttons. I got a little collection here. I need some for the front and the back. I wasn't sure exactly what, but I definitely wanted these colors. I'm not too sure about the red pinky ones here, but I think I needed another color to cut into what I've already got. Okay, so I didn't iron this, but anyway, it is a, what is it? It's like a little over 6 inches. Because the cover of the paper bag is 6 inches, I wanted to have a little leeway to cut back on this. And I don't know if this has been done. I'm sure it has been on Caroline's site. But I am combining week 1 and 2. Because week 2 has felt in it. The week 2 prompts are pocket, ABC, felt, light, and underwater. So I wanted to utilize the felt part of it to be my inside here, my little liner, like that. And what I'm going to do is, I can't bring my sewing machine over here, I'm sorry, but I'm going to just kind of pin that down real loosely. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some zigzag or diamond. I'll go just like this, but a little bigger. I might go every other one of these. And what I want to do, though, is put my button in the intersection. And let me look and see. So the next button would be here. The next button would be here. Is that enough room? There's going to be a lot of buttons, but that's basically what I wanted. So we will do that. Now I'm going to go ahead and go get this cut down and sewn, and all I'm going to have to do is cut around this edge here, and then I got another piece over there to make the next section, and I will be back. Okay, I thought I'd pop back in here and let you see. I didn't want to use another whole piece of felt and waste it, so I just took the pieces that I had left over from the other one, and see, I'm only going to have this little strip left over in this, so the whole piece of felt was used for this project. And I want to wish everybody a happy day. Thank you for joining me and seeing what I've got going and all my little wicked laboratory experiments I'm doing. But anyway, so let me get back to sewing what I was saying I would do before with the diamond design. Okay, I did better on the second one than I did on the first one. But nobody's going to see this back. It's getting glued down to our paper bag, front and back. Well, I missed... That must have been my second one. Okay, this is the one I'm going to choose for my cover, since it looks a little flatter. So we're just going to get in here and choose where we want to put some of these. But first, we want to get in here and figure out where our focal point is going to be. And because I'm choosing week 2 to go with this, and it's underwater, I thought I would choose this to be sort of like maybe a mermaid journal. It might not have an actual mermaid in it, but it'll have the mermaid elements. How about that? So the other thing was, for week 1 was washi tape and handwriting. And I'm going to use this I washed up like this, and it is washi, baby. It is washi. So it is going in. And the other things I was going to do is I've got this little sparkle paper studio that I'll probably put here for the pearl. And I thought I would try to incorporate these as bubbles coming up from the clamshell. So I have to probably figure those out first. I'm going to use fabric tack. I am not about to stand here and sew on all these buttons. No way, Jose. Okay, I might want to actually put my washi tape down first and have that out of the way. And then I can overlap that, and then I'll know where to put these buttons. Hold on. All right, I found me this little piece of scrap paper that I've got, and I don't think I really need to worry about the edge of it. I mean, it's got like a gold edge here, so that's sort of gold. So what we're going to do is we're going to put our little washi on our fingers and try to keep it straight. And I'm going to give it a little bit of extra strength. I could go in here with some glue stick. That would come out. But I'm just going to go ahead and scribble a little bit of this on here, so it's on here for permanent. I don't know how long I've had this mermaid kind of paper journaling kind of kit, but it's old, at least a couple years, and you just never know how your washi is going to hold up. It didn't feel like it had a very good sticky to it anyway. So I'm going to just cut a little skinny frame around the outside edge, and see, you're letting your scraps work for you. Look at that. So you can cut your little edges, your corners off if you want, especially if you're crooked. There we go. All right, now, this little piece we don't need no more. I'll probably use that somewhere else. Maybe in this journal, maybe in something else. And we're going to glue this down with our... Oh, we don't probably need this one anymore, so we're going to put this one away. It's probably going to be all fabric tack from here on out. So let's get it going. I think I filled it up the other day, so we're good. We're good. All right. So I'm going to put this down. Yeah, I hope Carolyn doesn't mind that I'm going to combine efforts here for what she has created prompt-wise. I didn't think it would hurt. It's kind of different. I always like to do something different. This is pretty. It's got like the metallic gold mirror shine on the clamshell. And then we're going to go around the outside edge and then fill it in. It's a nice piece of cardstock weight. So it's going to bear up for you. This will probably make it to the shop eventually. I've got a bunch of them I took in today of paper bag journals, because she feels like her weekend is going to be her best opportunity. And she said little girls and stuff was interested in the journals, but their parents didn't want to buy the more expensive ones. So the paper bag journals were the better way to go. So that's why we're going to concentrate here on making a little mermaid one. I don't know if along the way I find the little mermaid to put in here. I might just do it. All right, I've got 3 sizes, so we're going to go with the 3 sizes. And these, this is the Paper Studio. That's down at Hobby Lobby, if you got one in your area. You can find some, oh, wait a minute, I'm supposed to be on the intersection. There we go. I'm supposed to be putting them down on the intersection of the crossovers. I wonder if I put that one down or up too high. May have to move it. We're going to move that one. Didn't hurt a thing, did it? Okay. We're going to put this one here, and we'll put the big one up there. And we're going to put this little one right down here. Right where it's coming up out of the clamshell. How about that? That'll work. See if I can get that down. Yeah, that'll work. Wasn't exactly across over there. I went a little above it. But what artistic license? Always remember, there's plenty of artistic license out there in the world. Got all kinds of interesting things in that shop down there. Such good artists. Oh gosh, some of them have painted pictures of the iconic buildings in town. Some of them do like a watercolor kind of rendition. It's amazing, you know, the different angles people can go with. All right, we're going to go down with all of our buttons, and I don't know if you feel like watching me put all these buttons down, so I may put a few with you, and then I'm going to probably put it on pause, and I'll do them myself. And, you know, it's a lot of buttons. Because I got a lot of crossovers. I try to divide up my colors. I try to go with the teals and the cream, the pearly looking. So I got a variation here. Like here's some cream color. I'll get that in there to cut some of the others. I didn't go too varied on size. I wanted them to be small so they wouldn't, you know, be overpowering kind of a situation. And basically when you put these down, just go back over them another time. Don't put too much on here or you'll be overflowed with it. It's going to come up through those little 4 points anyhow. Or 2, whichever the button has on it. I also have some sparkly buttons. I got those down at this place. My mom just told me today that it's going out of business. I might have to go back down there and see what else they got. I was trying to find, what they call it, appliques. I mean, I see everybody use all these beautiful, beautiful appliques, and I can't find them anywhere. They're not in the Walmart. They're not anywhere, so I want some bad. So I need to go down there and see if they've got any. I think everything's 20% off. Good deal, right? Good deal. We like when everything's cheap. Affordable, especially when your groceries are outstanding. I mean, who else has got grocery prices that have doubled or tripled, and then the size has shrunk? What's up with that? I went today and got a little bit of groceries so I could kind of stock up for my trip. I don't know if I want that one there. I'll go down here with it. And just the little bit I got was pretty expensive. I had to get me some boots in case I had to wade through a creek to a cemetery, which is highly possible. Highly possible. I know one year I went over and I got water over my boot, so it didn't matter that it was waterproof. It went in anyway. Well, I'm going to go over here with this one. I'm going to also put buttons on the back side. I didn't see why not. Do I have a loose button? Yeah, I do. I wonder why that button looked odd. Okay, well, you kind of see what I'm going for here, right? So I'm going to go ahead and continue that. But while you are here, I'm going to go ahead and do the pearl. How about that? You'll get to see the pearl. And then I'll come back after all my buttons are on here, and I will show you how I'm going to trim it and put it down on the paper bag. And if you haven't done one of these before, they're very, very cute and fun, and you can, like I say, you can layer as many on there as you want to. It does not matter, but it will get bulky and it will be squeezing out. Okay, I might stick me some of these pinkies in here because maybe I can pretend they're purple. I didn't have any purple buttons. It doesn't look bad. Okay, so some of the red ones are going to make their way in here now. And that fabric tack will work wonders for you. It'll stick these things down and keep them there. You won't have to worry about them moving. And I do have some green. Let me go ahead and do some green. Got a green one I'll put there. And I'll move it around. Put green over here. We pretend it's seaweed. And then we'll put a green one down here at the bottom. There. But yeah, you just want to like work your colors all around. Do your neutrals, and then do your shinies, and do your all your different ones you've chosen for your project. All right, I'll be right back. Okay. I know you're saying, girlfriend, that is busy. but I think it's kind of fun. Look at it. You're able to use up a whole bunch of buttons, and it's kind of whimsical. And all we got to do now is trim around the outside so we can see if we can get it into our cover, on our cover. Now, I'm hoping I didn't put the buttons too close to the edge. I know I had a little bit of leeway here. So I'm taking my pink and shears, and I'm going down the line, and I'm lining up in my previous cut, so I don't have zigzags is out of whack, you know. You don't want that. Oh. Hope everyone is doing well. Hope your weather's doing well. It's been some crazy stuff. We had it cold and windy today. I know the allergies are kicking up. I've seen some people doing videos that's had allergy issues. Ugh. I'm not one to get too bad off in the allergy situation. My sister was the one. She always had hay fever, so anytime I took a flower in the house, it was like it got dumped right back outside. I like to do wildflowers and bring them in to Mom. She's the flower fanatic. Let's see. Now, do I need to get a little bit smaller? It's possible. I'm right up to the edge, though. I may have a little bit of play in some of these sides. Do I? Or do I need to even worry about it? I think if it's up to the edge, it wouldn't hurt. I think we're going with it. So now we just got to cut our back one to be about the right size. So we'll go right up to our buttons. I got a little off whack here because of those two. I got side by side, and I was supposed to have an area in between. Oopsie. Oh well. Oop, button, you're in my way. I got a little too close to that button. And this is has a little bit of a cushion to it because of that felt that's in between. So say you wanted to do you a cover that's just this and not attached to a paper bag or anything, you could do it. You would maybe even want to just leave it one extended piece, you know, and then just fold it over. That's the way a lot of people do that Amazon packaging. They just fold that over, cover it with fabric. I've done one. It's pretty sturdy and works well. It's just when, especially if you're sewing it with a sewing machine, it's just when you get to the packaging label. I found out when I was trying to, what do they call that? It's when you hand stitch on it. Slow stitch. I think that's what they call it, slow stitching. It's when you do that and you try to run through one of those sticky labels with your needle. Oh my gosh. It don't work too well. I can tell you that. I had to push and push and push. Okay, what I think I need to do is cut this little corner up here down just a tad, and that'll work just perfect. I think I'm going to turn it around so I can follow the zigzags more correctly. Yeah, let's see. Let's just see. This is a little weighty because of the weight of the buttons. I used plastic too. I didn't have any metal ones. I've been wanting to do a cover with the old antique buttons and like off-white and cream colored laces and stuff. It'll happen in time with me. I got so many little projects I want to do. Oh, it just don't happen too fast. Okay, so let me put my cover on here. And the pink and sheer will hold the edge. It might fray a little bit, which is good. The sewing will also help with holding the stitching. And this glue will stop it too. So you put the fabric tack around the outside edge especially. It's not going nowhere after that. Maybe the top layer might move a little bit, but I don't think enough to worry with. You know, it's a paper bag journal. We're having fun. We're creating something. We're using up buttons. And some stray fabric. I bought so much fabric to do a peacock journal. Not journal, I meant a quilt. I wanted to do a peacock quilt because I love those things. I love the colors of a peacock. And so this was part of my fabric, but it's not happening. It's not happened in the 10 years since I've been collecting the fabric. I've been collecting it for quite a while. All right, that goes on the front up here. I need to squish it around to where it's just right. There we go. And I did put an extra bubble or two here because it kind of got lost in the rest of the buttons. I guess I could say the buttons were bubbles, but, you know, they didn't quite shine like a... Now, or I could have put it on top of a button. That could have worked as well. So all I gotta do is press on this thing for just a tad, a bit, you know, half a minute to a minute, and it's down. Okay, we can fold it open while that side's drying and do our other side. There's no up or down on this piece especially, so you don't have to worry which way you're going with it. Oh, goodness, goodness, goodness. You do get fabric tack all over you. I've never been one for fingernails or great hands. my hands and fingers and stuff, I always wanted to be a pianist. Never had the fingers for it. I would have never made it. But with doing the genealogy, I always said, well, you know, I must have the Gross hand. See, Gross is the surname from my mom's side of the family. Well, it turns out that it wasn't her father's hands. It was her mother's. So I should have said it's the Thomas hands. These short little fingers and fat, wide hands. You wouldn't believe how many in the family has these things. I've got all these first cousins that have it. My mother has them. Her sister, or sisters probably, both had them. Oh, it's, you know, it's wild. What is hereditary? What will pass down? I always heard that was every other generation. Like, you don't inherit anything from your parents. You actually inherit from your grandparents. Your looks, health, anything like that. Well, not health exactly, but you kind of know where I'm going. So, yeah. Because when I did my DNA, I said, how is it that I've got more Irish ancestry? Wipe the nose off. This thing is sort of spitting. Than either of my parents. And they said, well, that's because you actually come down through your grandparents more than your parents. I said, oh. So anyhow, there we go. Our little journal is getting there. We have our 2 pieces that go inside, and all I have to do is finish filling the pages in here and rubber band it. Now, to show that this fulfills, now here's my scribble piece here, to show that this fulfills all of the first 2, I have button, fabric, handwriting, washi tape, and lines. Then on week 2, these are pockets where this is going. It's created a pocket. So I thought I could get away with it. This is ABCs. I have felt in between my fabric here. The light part I thought would be the bubbles where it's reflecting the light. Because that's how you would see them in the water, they're reflecting the sunlight. Okay, that was my interpretation. And then underwater. This is an underwater little situation here with the clam and all that. Okay, well, I thank you. I thank you for coming to visit, for watching. I'll thank you for giving me some likes. Or just, talking to me. Just leave me some comments. But I appreciate everybody for stopping by, and come back again. Bye.